of prints to the women he met. But he turned out to be a frog who had a habit of loving and leaving them with a lot of debt. Joel Boy tells us how the runaway Romeo finally got caught.
Can you give me some of the names you used?
Well, there was Don Lowther, Mitchell Stevens, Jason Sims, David Asher.
So who is this man and why so many names? It's all part of a mystery we first told you about last September. Back on August 28th, Kimberly Nice married the man of her dreams, Donald Ray Lowther.
He just looked right into my eyes and saw a guy that was really in love with me.
But then, only 11 days later, Kim's newlywed bliss in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, was shattered by Don's unexplained and sudden disappearance.
We left work in Lisbon, about 20 minutes from our home, and never returned home again.
Then came more bad news. First, Kim's husband apparently scammed her by writing over $3,000 in bad checks from their joint account. Then she found the real Donald Ray Lowther in Booth, West Virginia.
I'm not married. I'm too young to be married.
When the real Donald Ray Lowther told Kim that he and her missing husband had roomed together and that his wallet had been stolen, the grim reality sank in.
My husband's an imposter. What do I do?
But as it turned out, Kim wasn't the only alleged victim. In the city of Morgantown, West Virginia, Kim's story made headlines. At first, Linda Thorman read in disbelief, but the photograph left no doubt in her mind that Kim's husband, Don, was her fiancé, Danny Mitchell Stevens. She and Stevens dated for a year, and just before the Memorial Day weekend, he vanished. Then allegedly wrote $14,000 in bad checks on their joint account.
It's amazing how one person can cause that much pain. I would like to know who I married, why he married me, and why he's done this stuff to me.
I'm sure that there has been a lot of pain at my expense, and I am truly sorry for that.
On Thanksgiving Day, police in Brattleboro, Vermont, arrested a 28-year-old on a routine traffic violation. And the man known as Donald Ray Lowther, Danny Mitchell Stevens, and Jason Sims became William Asher. And now this young man, wanted in 3 states, speaks exclusively with Inside Edition.
Every time I switched identities, it was kind of like a new beginning. Forgiveness, if you will.
30 years later, and since then, many times, Bethlehem, New Hampshire, the town administration, and the police, as well as the Coos County Sheriff's Department, Carroll, New Hampshire Police Department, Lancaster PD, the State Police of New Hampshire, they never caught up with him because he was let right out of the doors in Kentucky. West Virginia never went and got him, and neither did New Hampshire. So they lied when they said, oh yeah, we'll get him, because oh no, you didn't. And as of October 30th, again, burned out of another home. And seemingly, the people that lived in the house, Wendy and Wanda, are being schemed and scammed, and has been reported. Money laundering, stealing from Sammy's account, which he's on disability, and they take his money as his POA. Why do you need his money? And where is all the money being sent to through this guy named Charlie in the Groveton area? To some so-called attorney who's too busy to talk on the phone. He says he's too busy in the courtroom in Concord, New Hampshire. And we all know it's been reported many times. My husband, William Eugene Asher, right there, lives in Rochester, New Hampshire, works for the police, and he has all means to get to the media and the court. So with that being said, all these frivolous charges, arresting me, burning my homes wherever I may be, vandalizing my vehicles, GPS tracker found on my Nissan Xterra, and nobody wants to seemingly fix it. It's over at Littleton Chevrolet. So I'm giving it one more chance to let you all know that it's going to go up to a lawsuit that nobody can afford. And that's not a tort. That's not a threat. That's a fucking promise. Because I am tired of being harassed, terrorized, and stalked. And even again this morning. And I know, William Eugene Asher, you're watching and listening, but someday somebody's going to get a hold of you and it's going to be the right fucking one. And believe me when I tell you, all of you need to know that these mental health and court systems are working together. Judge Pendleton in New Hampshire, 10th District Court. He is the director of Seacoast Mental Health. My husband, William Eugene Asher, was, and maybe still is, I don't know, but probably under his assumed name, is still, however, known as a client to Seacoast Mental Health. So I filed a lawsuit against them too for hiding the information, which means the director, Judge John Pendleton. And again, I got slapped with a frivolous warrant and arrested. And lo and behold, I called to find out where the paperwork is, to find out where my court date is, and they told me the wrong address. Well, I've got a recording of me telling the judge my address, and they wrote it differently and wrongfully, which I have a court date coming up on a similar case pertaining to putting down my wrong address, okay? An address that doesn't go to me. So with that being said, it's all been conspired organized crime, without a doubt. And I told Stratford County, I told Rockingham County, Coos County, I hand-delivered twice statements and affidavits, and those statements and affidavits were copied and sent to Troop F in Littleton, Twin Mountain area, okay, of New Hampshire. So all of these entities and administrating staff in these communities, they all know about this crime that was committed and still being committed. DHHS Stephanie Freeman from Berlin, New Hampshire, was very well aware before the home got burned, all of the situation. I have emails to prove it. So with that being said, I've got fact, proof, and evidence to hold against the state of New Hampshire, the counties, the police, the state police, the prosecutors, and the judges. And that's why Sammy and I got burned out. I wasn't home, and he's locked up. So again, Groveton, Northumberland, and all of Coos County, state of New Hampshire, I would suggest strongly, Bethlehem, that you cough up that paperwork, Attorney General John Formella, and you tell us why you're hiding William Eugene Asher. Thank you.